Ow. Ow, no.
Available tris, I rap better than foil. I'm running through your system like I'm castor oil. Fuck Paul, he's whack and he always soils his dirty ass draws, and I know he's not loyal cause he's a
Hoyle, soil doyle, foil doyle, oil boil, oils.
Call them oil.
Towel, do you have a towel?
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of ANR, Armenian Nights Radio. Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audio download and a 30-day free trial at audibletrial.com/Armenian Nights. With over 180,000 downloads to choose from, you can't go wrong. Listen to it on your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player.
Just a bit outside.
Just a little bit outside.
Yeah, so I'm pretty fucking baked now, too. I'm baked now more than I was on our last week's show, because every week we shoot. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, we're going to get right into it. Patrick is going to tell us a couple really funny-ass drunk stories. Last episode, we went over, because we love drinking, we love blacking out, we love time traveling.
Now we're just stuck being alcoholics.
We love drinking until blacking out.
Yeah. Dude, I was watching the Ric Flair 30 for 30. This guy, he says for the past 50 years, he's been drinking 10 beers and 5 martinis every single day.
Who?
Ric Flair.
No shit.
Yeah. The 30 for 30 for Ric Flair is amazing.
That sounds awesome.
The guy's he's so he's money, dude. Anyway, speaking of money, we're gonna throw this over to our resident money rapper, Patrick Klopping. By the way, I'm here with my Mexicans, Patrick Klopping and Victor Estrada.
They weren't here the last couple shows.
And to my left is Paul Wright. Anyways, Pat, you had a couple funny stories you told me when I was at your house about drinking, about blacking out.
I want to hear some
I'm not telling any stories.
Just gonna stonewall us.
I'm not telling any fucking stories.
Anyways, remember to check out all of our shows on lineupmedia.fm, like Armenian Proud, A Toast to Armenia, Lineup MMA with Sean Wheelock. Take it away, Pat.
So, like Victor was saying, we all like to drink, we all like to party.
Yeah.
I'm
been known to cut loose.
I'm half Mexican, half Irish, so that makes me 100% drunk.
And guilty.
Yeah, always guilty. Thank you very much. You're too kind. So I went to an Armenian wedding with my wife. It was her friend's wedding, and anybody who's been to an Armenian wedding knows. And if you don't know, I'm going to tell you. As you sit down, there's a table full of food, and there's also a bottle of vodka and a bottle of Black Label.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I love my whiskey, so I'm drinking the Black Label. And I thought, everyone was drinking the Black Label, but I guess it was just me. And I found out later on that I took down a whole bottle to myself.
No way.
You might have accidentally drank the whole bottle.
Accident.
Wow.
I thought everyone was drinking vodka. So my wife.
Well, if you count sweating, I'm sure you processed a little bit.
I think that deserves some recognition. That's a pretty big feat.
I was dancing. I did my airplane. I airplaned out to the dance floor and just flew around a little bit. So I sweated some out. Probably forgot to eat since I was drinking that much.
Yeah, that's the worst, dude.
When the kebab comes, you're like, what?
You just have one bite. I'm good.
No. So my wife, at the time, we were drinking and partying too, and she started having an allergic reaction, and she never knew that she had really had allergies before. So this is like,
what set off her allergy?
We didn't know at this point.
And she has no EpiPen or no shit?
No, because she didn't really have allergies up to this point. So
she's throwing out the medical terminology of EpiPen.
That's good. Yeah, fucking promo, right?
Wow.
He sells them on the black market. So
they're $200 now.
She starts turning red. Her throat's closing. She can't breathe. And we decide, okay, we got to go. But instead of just calling an ambulance or being smart about it,
you'll be fine. Drink.
I got the car, and at this point, the last thing I remember is ordering another bottle to the table.
Wow.
And then I wake up the next morning. I'm in jail. And I'm in a fucking wedding. I'm in a nice shirt and slacks and everything.
Wow.
Did
you still have your shoes on?
No, I had no shoes.
Yeah. See, they always take your shoes.
Suicide watch.
No, we'll get to see
weapons.
That's part of the story.
And your socks.
Beaten with the shoes.
So I
barefooted in a cell.
I wake up and I'm in the pod. I hear somebody yelling my name, and I guess they were going to let me out. And by the time I run out, they're gone. And anyone who's ever been to any kind of jail will know that the officers around there don't really give a shit about you or your problems, or they don't really want to help you out.
They weren't the most empathetic.
They're just at work,
so
like, whatever.
I'm in these clothes. The last thing I remember is like stepping outside to have a cigarette and like ordering another bottle, and I run. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Did I fucking kill somebody? Because I blacked out. I have no idea. The hours and hours have gone by. And I run to the phone to try to make a phone call. Well, it won't happen. Just two Mexican dudes standing there, and they got these bracelets. Like, oh, you need a bracelet to call out. Here's a number. You can use mine. I call my wife. She goes, don't worry, drunk in public. I'm like, cool. Go back. I went back to sleep. So I get up again. They call me, or they move us out to clean the pods. Everyone's telling their dumb fucking stories about how they all have us in the one room. Everyone's telling their story of how they got to jail, and they come to me, and I'm like, I have no fucking clue. And everyone's like, and they let me out. I go,
fucking crazy.
I go, yeah, don't worry, I'll come back and I'll tell you guys like what happened. Like, yeah, fucking right, you know. But I'm checking out. The guy's like, hey, wait,
Don't forget, fucker. Don't forget us.
The cops giving my stuff, and I'm like, yeah, my shoes back there, and he's like, looking around, nah, I don't see any shoes. He goes, maybe you left them in the cell. You want to go back? I go, fuck no. I'm out. Like, the door opens.
Hey, you're back, fucker.
I jump in the car. My shoes are in the car. Yes. So I asked my wife, what the fuck happened? She goes, well, you left. You fucking first. She goes, so she can't talk. She can't breathe. She's fucking dying on me, man. And I decided to stop at 7-Eleven and get cigarettes. I'm in her Prius. I fly right by the Glendale police station, hitting corners, going like 60. Wow. She said, a cop was there, and I just happened to miss him. I get on the 2 freeway, I drive her all the way to Locker Center to another, like a hospital was really close by. I took her. She wanted to go to.
Why didn't she go to Adventist or Memorial?
She wanted Verdugo, man. She's a fucking snob.
That's weird.
So we get up there, and I guess I pull up in the fucking ER and just jump out, like leave the car there. I go inside with her, and she checks in. She checks in within 2 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck's taking so long? I start doing like that whole route. And I go to sit down and completely miss the chair. Like, that's how fucked up it was. And everyone's looking at me like, what the fuck? So they take us into the fucking room. They get us in a room, and I'm fucking being a drunk, belligerent asshole. And my wife's like, I'm going to go to the bathroom really quick. And while she's in the bathroom, I decided to get on the bed and lay down, and I passed the fuck out. And
she's the one dying. You're the one passed out.
Right. So she comes back to the room. I'm fucking... And she starts tapping my arm a little bit, and I'm not waking up. So she hits me a little harder. And I'm talking about just little shakes like this, you know? And I wake up, and I'm like, you fucking hit me? Like, I'm like, did you just fucking hit me? She's like, no, what are you talking about? She's like, get up. Well, you fucking hit me. The nurses are walking by. I'm like, fucking, I'm screaming, right? Yelling.
Jeez.
And I'm walking home, so I take off.
I'm dramatic. I'm drunk.
And your shoes?
I don't know. Shoes? Nobody knows what happened, why the shoes are in the back. I figured there's no way I didn't have my shoes. I think I had my shoes off, so I think maybe the cops fucked with me, either put them in the car. But I ended up walking off, and they caught me down the street because the fucking doctors and nurses were like, this guy's a fucking... They thought I was like a straight abuser. They thought I was like a wife beater, and they're like...
Yeah.
So they catch me down the street. They drive back. They put me in the car. They drive me back up, and they go in the hospital. Like they ask my wife, like, who drove here? And she's like, me. You know?
Yeah, dying.
Yeah, she's like, me. And then she's like, okay, just want to make sure he wasn't, because, you know, obviously they're trying to take hard.
Trying to get anything.
And listen, the black, I deserved it. You know, like, fuck.
Yeah.
If anyone deserved it, I deserved it.
Fuck.
But you know, waking up in jail not knowing why is very fucking scary.
That happened to me too. Like, kind of not where I woke up in jail not knowing what happened. I got my only DUI that I've ever gotten. I was doing a show at the Comedy Store, I remember, and I drove my car to the Comedy Store. I got fucking shit hammered right after my show.
You don't say.
I'm driving home on Sunset.
That's a pattern.
I actually hit a person in front of me, and it just so happens the person that I hit, they were teenagers and they're fucked up, so they didn't want to call insurance or anything. So I'm like, fuck it. I got in the car, I drive home. I get to my house, and at this point, I live in Burbank, and I'm like, I'd say like a block away from 7-Eleven.
And if you don't know about Burbank, you don't want to fucking
drive anything in Burbank.
So even better, I go, you know what? I have a yellow 35 mile per hour meep meep scooter, right? I have a scooter.
How far is 7-Eleven from your house?
2 blocks. So I decide, you know what? Rather than driving, who's gonna bust anyone on a fucking scooter? So I take my scooter to 7-Eleven, right? Fucking, I'm like on that fine line of blackout and not blackout. You know, you're like half 1 foot in the spirit world, 1 foot
where
not.
That line was.
Yeah, I'm like, woo, just like, you know, we're in spirit world now, asshole.
Spirit world, Chavez.
So I drive to 7-Eleven, right? I pull up, and the way that my scooter is you have to hit the kickstand and pull the back end up so the back wheel is off of the floor, and that's how you park it.
Roll it back.
Yeah, you just got to pull the back end up and pull it up while you put the kickstand, and the kickstand like props it up so the back wheel is off of the floor.
Why don't you do it cool style, OG, and flip it upside down like your BMX? And
oh, that'd be so dope. So anyways, I can't even put the bike on the kickstand. That's how fucking drunk I was. I turn around. There's 2 cops that have been in the parking lot this whole time.
If you go to 7-Eleven, there's always
they're
one
always
fucking
saying it
cop
out.
in the 7-Eleven. Like,
So fucking, I can't put them there. You're like, sir, come over here. And I wanted, when you're drunk, you're like, that's cool, it's cool, I'm cool, I'm a good guy. All right, I'll cooperate. I'll say whatever you want to say. This is where I should have been like, you know what? I'm on a scooter. I'm right by my house. Please don't fucking do anything. I decided to cooperate, and by cooperating, I fucking
you're ratting on yourself.
I'm ratting on myself, dude. I'm just giving up on myself. So I'm like, I'll cooperate, whatever. By the time I figure out that I'm getting arrested for a DUI, I start getting really angry. And the guy that is the sergeant, because there was a 2-man team. One of the guys was a sergeant, and he was training this like rook. The guy. It's like in his first couple months or whatever.
Kid.
I find
Charlie
out
Sheen.
that this guy, it's his first month on the job, and I'm already fucking drunk. So I'm like, fuck it. I start fucking with him from the back of the car, and the sergeant's turning around. And he's like, keep going, because he wanted me to fuck with him the whole fucking way there from being processed to booking to getting my fingerprints, everything. I'm fucking with the guy. I woke up in jail like that. Like it took me over a course of 10 years for me to try and piece together exactly what happened. But I was the same thing. I woke up in the cell like, what the fuck is going on? The fuck? Because at that moment you have no idea.
Yeah.
No shoes, no nothing.
And
no one's gonna tell you
the
what
first thing that
happened.
crossed my mind was murder.
Yeah.
I remember driving.
Yeah.
Maybe I killed somebody. Maybe I killed my fucking wife. Like, it was just like, what the fuck, dude?
Damn.
It's pretty bad.
Like
dude.
that phone call, like that. I'm like, oh, just fucking answer. Like, ring.
Yeah.
Maybe I robbed a bank.
The worst.
And she could have fucked me. She could have been like, dude, you killed somebody, or you fucking.
Dan, can you imagine your wife fucked with you?
Yeah, well, and my wife.
Even
I
worse
can't
if she
imagine it, but
wasn't fucking
she
with you.
didn't like it, which goes to show you like why I fucking married her, dude. Because most chicks would be like, dude, you're a fucking dick.
Damn,
You made me look like a battered wife in the fucking hospital while I was
You mean
dying.
she's an enabler?
Yes, that's a good person to me.
No, it is.
It's perfect.
The
It's
worst.
better than a cock blocker, you know.
There you go.
The worst I ever got drunk, and I'll make a quick story. Me and Victor, we were going to a party, and it was another house party in Riverside. And so at this time,
Which
our
glamorous.
alcoholism was to the point where we would sleep in the car. We'd go out, go balls to the wall, and then crash out in the car and leave in the morning.
We had a good
system.
repertoire.
Yeah.
Good system.
And we
We
had
had
our
the fly
stripes.
parking spots. Like,
So,
oh, this one's gonna be
we
good.
get-
no
such
sun
a
till
good time.
no sun till noon on this spot.
Dude, so we get to
Get
this
the angle,
party.
right angle at the building so like it doesn't hit the car. Damn, you know what? Damn, I wish we would have thought about that. That would have been good.
That's a good idea, actually.
Yeah.
You got to find a good
You said
spot.
you-
Find a
well,
good-
yeah, I'm a
man,
professional
the,
drunk, bro.
The
Okay.
building here won't hit till like 3 o'clock, man. We can just sleep here.
Just
all
literally,
day.
we're facing east.
Yeah.
The sun rises.
Yeah.
So what happens
the
is we
west.
get to this party, right? And this party is like everything you've seen in music
It's like
videos.
it's
where
like a
punk
teen
rock
movie.
party.
It's like a
Yeah.
teen movie.
Hundreds
party.
of people stuck in a house. People are fucking
Bands playing.
surfing the crowd
people
inside someone's
singing.
living room, hitting the fucking thing. Bands are playing. There's fucking passing out joints right in like just fucking. You put one drink down, someone gives you another one.
Wrap it
There's
up.
bottles of liquor
Marijuana is
being
being passed around everywhere.
Dude,
Oh, it's one of those free joint parties.
it's just free everything party. It was a crazy going.
Just like
away
I told you,
punk rock
it's
party.
you walk
So
into
the
a
ending
movie.
was, is this the
So what
one
happens
because
is-
we're almost out of time.
Yeah,
so
well,
that's
real
fine.
quick, the cops come and break
That started
up
late.
the party.
Oh.
Right? The cops break up the party. Me and Victor were supposed to sleep in his car. We get fucking split up. So fucking I can't find Victor. And next day, I wake up in the morning and fucking I'm on a porch. I don't know whose porch I'm on. I'm just sitting in this rocking chair and I have this big welcome mat wrapped around me. And I fucking look around and I got up and I start walking and I fucking took me like 30 minutes just walking on what the fuck would happen.
So he's on one side of Riverside with Victor's keys.
But I had his car
Victor
keys.
Victor's on the other side of Riverside,
Yeah.
and he was trying to get into his car and he couldn't find his keys. He said he woke up and there's like Van's shoe footprints on his window.
At
But
some
since
point-
he's so
at some
small
point-
and weak, he can't even break his
How'd
own
you get
fucking
in?
window.
At some point, I eventually walked the neighborhood looking for things to break into the.
You're Mexican, you figure.
But I had to get a Jimmy to go through the window, and I finally found.
You fucked the window,
I fucked the window.
Dude,
Jimmy
so
hat. That's
so
an old term.
I'll
Jimmy
make
hat
this
for all you youngsters out there.
Yeah, wrap this up because we're already 18.
Plus,
Okay.
nobody uses condoms.
Exactly. I had to wrap it up.
Yeah. So, anyways, long story short is fucking. I get a phone call when me and him meet back up, and it turns out the fucking family, the house I was at, they had my cell phone, and they end up telling me the whole story that I passed out on their porch. All the little kids that she had would come looking at the monster that was sleeping on their porch. When I knocked on the door, it was like 10 kids just fucking peeping and all that. But
All right, you guys.
the fast
Bigfooty.
one.
I'd be a Sasquatch for sleeping on the porch.
Do me a favor, because
amazing.
I got that story
That was
done in
amazing.
3 minutes.
I know, but we're out of time. We're already 18 minutes. That clock started late. That's why. So please go to iTunes, give us a 5-star rating, leave us a comment, send us your emails at anightsradio@gmail.com, and we're going to take it out, and Paul's going to wrap this time.
I just
Again?
did. You're up.
No,
Okay.
I think Mike's up.
Go,
All right.
Mike.
Oh damn.
There you go. Fresh loaf.
Mike.
A rip dip your dibula, right on your fibula. Go on like so on's like shit storms the nebula eye. Go rolo, leave you alone like a hobo with no rolos.
Alien technology.
Episcopalian whiskey barrels.